Daisy of the Daisy Couture. I welcome you to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be learning how to cut and sew Iro and Buba. But first of all, I'll be teaching you how to take accurate measurements in order for you to cut your own Iro and Buba. You can call it wrapper. Some people call it wrapper and Buba, because most of the tailors, they don't know how to take the accurate measurements. They need the client to bring our previous Buba to be able to sew the new one. But today I'll be teaching you how to take the accurate measurement. I'll be teaching you how to cut and how to sew. So stay tuned. I told you we'll be learning. What we'll be learning with this teaching is 3 in 1. So first of all, I'll be teaching you how to take the body measurement for Iro and Buba. So first of all, for the Iro, what you need, you just need the person's hips measurement. And you know we have different sizes. We have size 8, we have size 10, we have size 12, we have size 14. So for size 8, you can use 2 yards and 8 inches. I'm sure you know 1 yard is 36 inches. You should be able to read your tape. 1 yard is 36 inches. So that means you need 236 inches and then 8 inches. That is for size 8. But for size 10, you are going to use 2 yards and 10 inches. And also for size 12 and size 14, you can use 2 yards and 12 inches and or 13 inches. So, and don't forget that you'll be adding your sewing allowance to it. You'll be adding 4 inches sewing allowance. So if you're sewing for a size 8, you're going to add 4 inches to your 8. So that means you'll be cutting out 2 yards and 8 plus 4, that is 12 inches. So that is for the Iro. You can see, very simple. Iro and Buba is the most basic, like the basic attire that any fashion designer, any tailor should be able to sew. So that is all for the wrapper. So now for the Buba, if you want to measure the Buba, the width, how wide, so you need to take the measurement from the mid back here. You take it from the mid back to the cap line. So you'll be taking the measurement from here to somewhere around this area. This is your cap line. So that is the measurement for the width, how wide the Buba is going to be. And then for the round sleeve, you measure how wide you want it to be. Now people, they don't really sew all this large sleeve, just little. So you take the measurement to your desired, what your clients desire or you. So that is all. You can see it's very, very simple. So now let us move to today's tutorial. That is all about the measurement. So this person is a size 14. The client is a size 14 woman. So that means I'll be using 2 yards and what? And I told you can use 12 or 13 inches plus 4 inches. So you can use so I'll be using 2 yards and 17 inches. So I've already cut out mine. So this is 2 yards and 17 inches. So I've already cut that out. So the next thing, I told you you'll be adding 4 inches sewing allowance. So this is what you are going to do. So you can see the rough edges here. The rough edges, this is where you have to hem this rough edges on both sides. So first of all, you measure. If you want to hem the rough edge, you measure, don't forget, with 4 inches. So that means the sewing allowance for this side will be 2 inches, the other side too, it will be 2 inches. So you measure ½ inches. You can see ½ inch. So you've already measured your ½ inch. So out of 2, it remains what? 1.5. Then you measure 1.5 again after folding, and then like this. You can see. Then you sew along like that till the end. So you repeat the same for the other side. So let me do that now and show you. Okay, so I just thought that I should show you how to do the sewing. So the thing you're going to do is the right side will be facing your machine, and then the wrong side will be facing you. So I told you that the sewing allowance is 2 inches. So you first of all fold by half and then 1.5. So look at it, the upper the right side is facing the side and the opposite side is facing me. So like this, you turn like this after measuring your ½ inch. So you can see like this, and then you sew down. So when I'm through, I'm going to show you. Okay, so you can see compared to the rough edges. So this is how you finish your wrapper. You can see, make sure your stitches are very straight. Okay, so that's all. I've done that for the 2 sides. You can see, very simple. That's all for the row. So let me just quickly show us the tools you'll be needing for this Iro and Buba. First of all, you need your tape measure. I'm sure you know what that is by now. Your tape rule, your tape measure. It has 2 sides, the inches and the centimeters side. But today is not for tape reading. So also you need your scissors. Very, very important. You need your thread. So you find the thread that blend together with your material. So you also need your bias tape to hem your buba. So for a very neat finishing, you need your bias tape. So you go for a bias tape that is going to complement your fabric. Also you need your chalk, your tailor's chalk, and also you need your needle. Okay, so quickly let us move to the buba very fast. That also is very, very simple. So I told you the measurement you need your sleeve length, you need your round sleeve, and also from your mid back to your cap line. So the mid back of this client to our cap line is 13. So that means I'll be folding my fabric into 2 using 13 inches. Sorry, the table is small, but we're going to make do with what we have. So we'll be folding into 4. Please note that. So I told you you'll be folding like this into, like, from your, it will be the measurement from your mid back to your cap line. I told you it's 13, but I'll be using 14. So that's for sewing allowance to join the sides together. So okay, that is 14. I have 14 inches now. I have 14 inches, so it's enough for me. So this is for the wideness, the width. Now for the length, so it depends on the length. I told you be folding into 4. Now we folded like this. That is 2, and then you fold like this again. So from here to here is the length of your buba. Is the length of your buba. So please measure the person where the person wants the buba to end. So you measure that. So now I told you be folding into 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 4. So let me just cut this other side off in order not to confuse us. And I told you, whenever you're cutting, always place your hand on the fabric to prevent unnecessary movements. So this is what we've been eating. And see, we are almost through. Okay. So now we need the neckline. So I'll be using neckline 4 by 4. So you know it's a buba. It's a buba, so it shouldn't be too fitted, but it should be fitted, and the neck shouldn't be too small, so it needs to be wide but not too wide. So for someone that is small, you can use 3.5 for the neck width. So I'll be using 4 by 4. 4 by 4. I'm using a freehand method. You can use your armhole to draft out this, but your armhole cuff, or you can even make do with your French cuff, but I will just use my hand since it's a freehand method. So but for a more accurate and very nice cuff, you can use your armhole cuff, or you can use your French cuff, or the multi-purpose cuff. So don't forget 4 inches by 4. For someone that is slimmer, you can use 3.5. So I'll just cut like that. Very simple, right? So that is all for our buba. This is our buba. You don't need anything. So you need to notch the middle, so you know that this is the middle. You can see this is your buba, and I told you we'll be needing our bias tape. Let me show you what we are going to be using our bias tape for. So you use it to tape the neck. Use it to tape the neck for a very neat finishing. You can see. So make sure you get a bias tape that will complement the color of your fabric. You can see that is all for buba. You can see, very easy, very simple. So the next thing is our sleeve. So the round sleeve of the person the round sleeve I'll be using is 20. This is the most simplest that you can, the most simplest stuff you can ever make a round buba. So since I'll be folding into 2, so I'll be using a measurement of 10, and I'll be adding 1 inch for sewing. That's our sewing allowance. So that would be 11. That means I'll be folding into 11. Very easy. Very simple. And the sleeve length is 10. The sleeve width is 20, but since I'm folding into 2, that will be 10. Then I'll be adding 1 inch for sewing allowance. Then for the length, I'll be I told you I'll be using the sleeve length of 10, but I'll be adding 2 inches for hemming allowance. You can decide to add 1, but I'll be adding 2 inches. You know, buba, the hemming of the buba is always wide compared to this. You're supposed to use your ruler to connect, but since it's a free hand, so you need to be perfect in order for you to get a straight line. So if you're a beginner, you can just get a ruler. So you measure from here to here 12, from here to here 12, and then you connect. Always place your hand on the fabric. So this is for, don't forget, we have 2 ends. Okay, so this is for the first one. You can see no style, nothing, no bending, no curving. Very straight and very simple. Very. Okay, that's all for the sleeve. You can see that's all for the sleeve. So what you need, you don't forget that we added extra 2 inches for the hemming. So you measure 1 inch and then another 1 inch like this, then you just sew like that straight. So same thing for this. So you measure 1 inch like this, then 1 inch, so that's our 2 inches, then you measure down. So this is let me quickly show you how to fix it. You know, the reason why I told you, so that to notch is to get the middle. Also you notch the middle of this one also, so that means you'll be joining middle to middle. It's very simple. You can finish this under 10 minutes. So you join middle to middle, you get like that. So after joining, you can see middle to middle, you can see your buba is ready. You can see, very easy, right? Very, very. You hem this place, don't forget. So let me just tell you this: when you get to 5 inches before the hem line, you are going to stop. So you know you are going to start sewing from wherever your sleeve ends. So 5 inches to the end, you have to stop. You stop joining together. So what you do is you hem this place separately. You can see what I'm doing, like this, separately, like this, and then this too separately, like this, 5 inches before the hem line. Don't forget the length of this buba too. You have to add your sewing allowance, your hem or your sewing allowance to it. You can add 2 inches to it. So that's all for that. So let me do everything I just told you, like the hemming, the attachment of the sleeve to the buba, and I will show you. Okay, so I want to show you how to attach the sleeve to your buba. Don't forget that when we when we're about to cut out, I told you I'll be adding 1 inch for the sewing allowance. So the thing I told you have to notch the middle. So I've notched the middle, so you'll be joining. I've notched the middle of the buba and the sleeve. So you'll be attaching the middle to the middle. You can see like this. So since our middles are aligned, 1 inch. I told you 1 inch will be the sewing allowance. So you mark your 1 inch. Then I will sew from here down to the the edge of the sleeve, and I will mark another 1 inch. So that is where I will be stopping. You can see I will mark another one, and then I will stop there. So let me do that, and I'll show you the result. So I just want to show how to attach the bias tape and how to turn it for a very neat finishing. So you let the right side face you, and then that is where you will first be attaching your bias. So you sew it around the circumference. So after doing that, don't forget it have been attached like this. So then you turn like this, and then you sew like that. You can see. So I will do that and show us the finished look. So attach the bias to the right side, you can see. So the next thing is to turn it. Can you see? You turn it, so that means the bias will be inside and the wrong side. You can see this is the right side. Let me show you again. This is the right side. You first of all attach your bias tape to it, then you turn inward for a finished look. You can see like that, then you sew around like that. So let me do that. So this is the finished look. You can see this is your buba. You can see how neat the inside is after taping it with your bias tape. You can see, so it's very, very okay to use this bias tape. You do not underestimate the power of a bias tape. You can see very, very neat. This is our buba, and this is our Iro. You can see that. So, and you can, one thing about fashion designers is that they are creative set of people or a tailor. So you can decide to embellish this your buba and make it very, very spectacular and stand out. You can use your bias tape to design the outside. Also, you can add stones. Say, so I'll be adding the stones to and I'll be adding it in a very, very creative way. So when you can decide to add beads, you can see. So there are so many things. All you need to do is creativity. So thank you for viewing this video. So if this video was explicit enough and you're able to learn one or two things, so please kindly subscribe, press the subscribe button, and put on your notification. Thank you very much, and do not forget to share. See you next time. Bye. I remain Daisy.